good morning from Colorado. I'm barely awake, but we'll get through this. I am reading from my YA fantasy novel, Dead Girl. It is a paranormal thriller. Chapter 1. Teetering on the edge of the diving board, Ember O'Neill's world slowed down. Not like a slow motion snail's pace, but the milliseconds between seconds kind of slow. Her pupils contracted as her gaze connected with her assailant. She saw his curled lips slide into a sneer from where he stood at the pool's edge. Drops of perspiration beaded on top of his pimpled, freckled nose like tiny, shiny orbs, and his aura flared, a dangerous maroon outlined in pitch black. At that moment, she understood that Wayne Wilson wanted to humiliate her in front of everyone at the back-to-school pool party and destroy any hope she ever had of fitting in. Her stomach sank, along with any hope that this year would be different. His grin stretched as he pulled the trigger. Red paint shot out of the water gun, forming bloody streaks in the air. A cherry rainbow arched across the pool. The first spray splashed across her pale face and white bikini. The liquid felt cool and heavy across her hot skin. The crowd noise fell into a collective hush while the music blared. Ember's lashes instinctively fluttered close. Like a hummingbird trapped in a glass cage, wings thumping with no escape, her heart hammered in her chest. She braced herself for the next assault as Madison Miller's cackle broke through the muffled silence, shattering her last shred of dignity. It was clear her plans for sophomore year were just a fantasy, the desperate dreams of a high school outcast. White-knuckled, her fists relaxed, shoulders slumped, she released her last breath. Ember O'Neill didn't have a death wish, but it just became her plan B. Chapter 2, 1 week earlier. Fingers smudged with charcoal, Ember hurriedly ripped off the insanely optimistic list she made the night before on her drawing pad. She had fallen asleep in her childhood treehouse again. Though little more than a renovated deer stand in the woods behind her house, it was her sanctuary. After being diagnosed with synesthesia, she often felt overwhelmed. Even out in the woods, her high-functioning senses were activated. But the sights, sounds, and scents out there were familiar, not jarring, like when she's at school around others and their auras. Seeing colors, as her mom described it, was draining, if not overwhelming. With her large breed dog and best friend Bear at her heels, Ember jogged into the house. The storm door slammed closed behind them. Her father's morning brew percolated in the chipped carafe by the sink. Without words, he raised his hand in greeting from the living room. Smoke from his cigarette clouded his aura. He leaned forward in the recliner, listening to the news. Ember continued into the ranch-style house, yelling, "Bertie Mae, I need your help." Her mother, Bertie Mae, insisted Ember never call her mom. She said that made her feel old, and she was too young to feel old. Once inside her bedroom, she taped the list to the mirror over her dresser. For her first day of sophomore year, Ember had goals. Her lips slid into a satisfied smile at her reflection. She popped open the prescription bottles lining her dresser, then swallowed the pills dry. Depressed and dejected her freshman year, it had been a nightmare and culminated with her as the joke of Wilson High. So back to the local doctor, who upped her dosages again. In 3 short months of summer, though, Ember had gained some confidence. Maybe it was the pills, but she was willing to give Wilson County High one more shot. She gazed at her list. Goal number 5 was written in bold, all capitals. Get a boyfriend. She had drawn hearts around the word. A soft chuckle emerged from her throat. Yeah, the pills are definitely working. She had sincere hope for goal number 1, though. Get a bestie. Eric Grossman didn't count, though, and lately his aura had made her uncomfortable. No, she needed a girlfriend, someone she could talk to about boys and not worry about hurting their feelings. Besides, all the heroines in her favorite books had a best friend. It would be the perfect way to start sophomore year. I'm going to stop there. But if you enjoyed this reading, please sign up for the giveaway. The form will be given to you, I think, at the end. But I will be giving away one signed paperback and an ebook. So thank you for listening.